The idea here is that your motivation is sound, but what's the impact? And I think a lot of people out there, fans of yours, people who love you, people who are fans of you, like me, I've been fans of you.
You don't have to patronize me, dude. I don't know you.
Fair enough.
I never met you.
I'm just saying that this comes from
not
a place
everybody
of
has to
love.
like it.
That's
what we said. There are people who didn't want it to happen at all. You sound like one of them. It's
no.
okay. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Like, what is the alternative to not talking? Just sit at your lunch table and don't talk to anybody. I said in the piece I did not think that was going to happen.
In that case, then go.
I love the people on either side who ignore the parts they don't like and then I just did it. It wasn't like it was 3 weeks ago.
Bill Maher recently had dinner with Donald Trump, and predictably the liberal internet lost its mind. Democrats, woke activists, and Twitter warriors begged Maher to stay far away from anything remotely connected to the White House. A few days later, Maher invited one of those pearl-clutching critics onto his show. That guest wasted no time scolding him for daring to break bread with the devil. But Maher didn't sit quietly, he fired back hard, reminding everyone that this is still America, land of free speech and freedom of association. Yes, even dinner with Trump is allowed.
I just wanted to report exactly what I saw. I did it to the best of my abilities.
Counterpoint?
Yes.
Counterpoint?
Yeah.
You know, Bill, I think you're right in saying that people have made too much of this, okay? It's not the Ulta Summit. You're not Churchill. Kid Rock is not Stalin. Trump shit is an FDR, okay? So, yes, I believe too much has been made about this, but I think you've fallen into the trap. I think I represent 99% of the internet when I say this, is that you've played the game of proximity is principle. And what people are worried about is not your motivation. We believe you. We love you, Bill. Everybody loves Bill, right?
Let's pause and call out the tactic here. These types always lead with fake praise, soft flattery to lower your guard, then, bam, they attack. That's exactly what happened. The guest started by showering Maher with praise, hoping to soften him up. But Maher saw through it instantly and shut it down before the ambush could even land. The setup was obvious, and Maher wasn't buying it.
I'm not questioning your motivation. I'm questioning Trump's, okay? And if we can say that you went there in good faith, but maybe, just maybe, he wasn't there in good faith. I mean, you sold him on the Iran deal and he took it in. I mean, give me a break, okay? So the idea here is that your motivation is sound, but what's the impact? And I think a lot of people out there, fans of yours, people who love you, people who are fans of you, like me, I've been fans of you.
You don't have to patronize me, dude. I don't know you.
Fair enough.
I never met you.
I'm just saying that this comes from
not
a place
everybody
of
has to
love.
like it.
That's
what we said. There are people who didn't want it to happen at all. You sound like one of them. It's
No.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Like, what is the alternative to not talking? Just sit at your lunch table and don't talk to anybody.
This is what makes Maher so effective. His hypocrisy radar is razor sharp. He could see the compliments weren't real. They were just pretext for a self-righteous takedown. And Maher wasn't having it. Look, it's perfectly fine to not like that he had dinner with Trump, just like some people don't like pineapple on pizza. That's personal preference. What's not okay is pretending to applaud someone just so you can criticize them 2 seconds later. That's not honest disagreement, that's performance with a smug twist. Maher called it out for exactly what it was.
But if you go on social media for 5 minutes now, you just have these tribal fury raging all day long. Everyone's got to be implacably there, implacably here. And actually, most Americans and most Brits, they're not like that. So there's this screaming going on between these tribes, and actually walking across that line, sitting down, having dinner, having a laugh, having a chat, and then the idea that Bill Maher is now going to stop criticizing Donald Trump with him is preposterous.
Even Piers Morgan had to jump in and call out the left's over-the-top outrage. Some critics went as far as claiming Trump had brainwashed Maher over appetizers. According to the internet mob, Maher is now a MAGA convert, never to criticize Trump again. That's pure nonsense. Maher never said he wouldn't hold Trump accountable. He just made it clear that he's done playing the outrage game over things that don't matter. There's a big difference between thoughtful criticism and blind partisan rage, and Maher knows it.
The fact that you began your little rant with the internet, that tells me everything. You take your cues from the internet. Good luck.
No.
Listen. The internet is a cesspool. It just wants to fight.
At this point, you almost feel bad for the guest. He looked completely out of his depth, like someone who showed up to the wrong party and realized it too late. He wasn't expecting Maher to push back, and definitely not a verbal tag team from Piers Morgan too. He came in expecting to lecture Maher, deliver a smug monologue, and leave with a moral trophy. Instead, he got hit with sharp logic and brutal honesty. He brought recycled talking points to a real debate and got demolished.
Is going to be changed by some.
I said in the piece I did not think that was going to happen.
In that case, then go.
I love the people on either side who ignore the parts they don't like and then and I just did it. It wasn't like it was 3 weeks ago. I mean, watch it again. Maybe you'll find something new in it.
It's not a judgment.
Bill, I don't know what the hell you said to him at dinner, but all hell broke loose within about 3 days of that dinner.
He was doing
Were you giving him economic advice in there?
No, I mean, he was doing the tariffs well before.
We've seen Maher dismantle woke nonsense before, but he rarely loses his cool. This time was different. The guest wasn't just disagreeing, he was trying to corner Maher with sanctimonious arrogance. It felt less like a debate and more like a staged ambush. And when Maher finally snapped, it wasn't petty, it was necessary. There's only so much fake intellectual grandstanding a man can take. Before the final takedown, Maher addressed the woke mob directly and explained why the outrage over a simple dinner was completely absurd.
As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute.
You could hear the frustration in Maher's voice. He wasn't defending a meal, he was defending a principle. His dinner with Trump wasn't about loyalty. It was about keeping dialogue alive, about respecting disagreement, and about refusing to cancel people just for talking. In a healthy society, this wouldn't be controversial. But today, nuance is dead, and outrage is king. Maher stood his ground anyway. He didn't cave to the mob. He stood for the idea that we should be able to engage with people we don't agree with.
Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president had said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. It was 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
And here's the real trigger. Maher admitted that Trump was shockingly funny and disarming. According to Maher, Trump actually had a sense of humor. That alone sent liberal Twitter into meltdown. They wanted Maher to go in guns blazing, take Trump down at the dinner table, and come back with war stories. But instead, Maher gave them the truth. It was a simple, even enjoyable conversation. And that kind of honesty, that's what really rattled them, because it challenges the cartoon villain narrative they've built their identity around.